Dear students, last class we have revised 6 antifungal agents. So in this class we are going to revise the other drugs under the same. Next drug is called as ketoconazole. Ketoconazole is also having imidazole as the azole. So what is the basic one for that? We have piperazine. So that is the basic one. The first nitrogen of piperazine is having acetyl, and the fourth position of piperazine is connected with phenyl, and the fourth position of phenyl is connected with methoxy, and that methoxy carbon is connected with dioxylane. Here the fourth position of that dioxylane is connected with methoxy. So what is meant by dioxylane? It is a 5-membered heterocyclic ring having 2 oxygens. No, that can be called as dioxylane. Here these oxygens are attached at first and third. That's why it is called as the 1,3-dioxylane. So here the methoxy carbon is connected with the dioxylane. Here the fourth position of dioxylane is connected with that carbon, and the second position is connected with 2,4-dichlorophenyl and also methyl. That methyl is connected with imidazole. So what is the structure for ketoconazole? Basic one is piperazine. So with the piperazine, first position we have acetyl, fourth position we have phenyl. That phenyl is connected with methoxy. That methoxy is connected with dioxylane, that is 1,3-dioxylane, and the second position is connected with 2,4-dichlorophenyl and also imidazole. Here the imidazole is connected to the ring by means of a methyl bridge, that is methylene bridge. So this is for ketoconazole. So what is the azole present here? It is also having imidazole. Now we'll see the next drug that is called as terconazole. It is having structural similarity with the ketoconazole but with 3 differences. So what are they? One is both are having piperazine, and in that piperazine fourth position of ketoconazole would be acetyl, whereas here instead of acetyl we have isopropyl. And second one is here we have methoxy group now for ketoconazole, that is connected with 1,3-dioxylane. That is also connected with 1,3-dioxylane, but that is connected to the fourth position of 1,3-dioxylane. Whereas for terconazole, this is connected with the fifth position of 1,3-dioxylane. The third one is what is the azole present in ketoconazole? That is imidazole. Whereas here we have 1,2,4-triazole. So that is the difference. So what are the differences between ketoconazole with terconazole? Everything is same with 3 differences. One is fourth position of piperazine is connected with isopropyl, whereas ketoconazole is having acetyl. Second one is this methoxy group is connected with 1,3-dioxylane, but fourth position of that dioxylane is connected with the methoxy carbon for ketoconazole, whereas for terconazole that is fifth position of that ring. Fifth position of 1,3-dioxylane is connected with the methoxy carbon. And the third one is for what is that? Ketoconazole. For ketoconazole, the azole would be imidazole, whereas here that is 1,2,4-triazole. Okay. Now we'll move on to the next one, that is itraconazole. So what is itraconazole? It is a derivative of terconazole. So up to this would be the same, starting from piperazine and up to this everything is same, up to this same. And here in fourth position of piperazine for terconazole we have isopropyl, no? So instead of isopropyl for itraconazole, what is attached? So that isopropyl is replaced by means of these 3 parts. So what are they? So one is here first nitrogen is connected with, or we can tell it as fourth or first, whatever it is, both are same. Here that instead of isopropyl, here that is connected with a phenyl, and that phenyl is connected with one more heterocyclic ring, and the second nitrogen of heterocyclic ring is connected with methyl propyl. So instead of isopropyl, here we have 3 groups. What are the 3 groups? One is a phenyl that is connected to one more heterocyclic ring, and that is connected to methyl propyl. So what is the ring present here? It is a 5-membered ring having nitrogen as the heteroatom. That's why it is also an azole. Okay, having 3 nitrogens. That's why it is a triazole. Okay, and this triazole means that should have 2 bonds inside, but here we have only 1 bond. So in that 1 bond is not there, no. That's why we have to add 2 hydrogens. But the parent is having bond between here and also 1 hydrogen from this nitrogen. That's why here we have numbered like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this one third carbon is having ketone. That's why ketone means the suffix for that is -one. That's why it should end with 3-one. And it is a triazole we said, but there may be absence of one bond. For a bond, we know that we have to add 2 hydrogens. So it is a dihydro one. Already this should have one hydrogen. For the bond, it should have one hydrogen, it should have one hydrogen, but the parent is having a hydrogen already present in fourth one. Okay, so that's why it is getting the name 2,4-dihydro. Only here hydrogens are we have added hydrogens here, that is to the second nitrogen and the fourth nitrogen. Here that hydrogen would be replaced by means of this methyl propyl, and here this hydrogen is replaced by means of this phenyl. That's why parent is getting the name 2,4-dihydro 3H. So that H is replaced by means of oxygen. That's why it is 3H. 3H 1,2,4 triazole 3-one. So what is the difference between terconazole with itraconazole? Everything is same. In the terconazole, in piperazine, here we have isopropyl. So instead of isopropyl, here we have phenyl. That phenyl is connected with 2,4-dihydro 3H 1,2,4 triazole 3-one, and the second nitrogen is connected with methyl propyl. So that is the structure for itraconazole. Next drug is called as the fluconazole. So what is the basic one for fluconazole? Basic one is benzyl alcohol. What is benzyl alcohol? C6H5CH2OH. That is called as benzyl alcohol. So here we have benzyl alcohol and fluconazole. No, so flu, that is indicating presence of fluorines. So where the fluorines are, they are attached to the second and fourth positions of this benzyl alcohol. So here the alpha carbon of benzyl is connected with both the ends by means of 1,2,4 triazoles, and that are connected to this carbon by means of methylene bridge. So here that carbon is connected with 1,2,4 triazole by means of methylene bridge. Here also it is connected with 1,2,4 triazole by means of methylene bridge. So what is the azole present here? That is 1,2,4 triazole. It is having two 1,2,4 triazoles. Next drug is called as naftifine. It is an allyl amine derivative. So this naftifine, no, so from the name itself we can say that is having naphthalene. So parent is the naphthalene, and that naphthalene is connected with the methyl amine. That methyl amine, that is nitrogen of methyl amine, is connected with methyl and also 2-propene, that is connected with 3 carbons with 1 double bond. So bond is between 2 and 3, no, that's why it is called 2-propene or propentuene. So nitrogen is connected with methyl and also 2-propene, and the third carbon is connected with the phenyl. So that is the structure for naftifine. So what is meant by naftifine? It is having naphthalene nucleus, and that is connected with the first carbon of naphthalene is connected with methyl amine. The nitrogen of methyl amine is connected with the methyl and also propentuene or 2-propene, and the third carbon is connected with phenyl. That is called as naftifine. And the last drug is called as tolnaftate. What is tolnaftate? It is also having naphthalene. Tol, no, that is indicating presence of toluene. So here we have toluene. Naft, no, that is indicating naphthalene. 8, no, that is indicating presence of ester. Okay, so what are all there? It is having toluene, naphthalene and ester. So it is having toluene that is connected with carbothioate, and the nitrogen of carbothioate is connected with methyl, and the nitrogen is connected with toluene. That is, otherwise we can tell it as 3-methyl phenyl. So what is carbothioate? Carbomothioate. Already we have known the structure for carbamic acid. What is carbamic acid? NH2COOH can be called carbamic acid. If one hydrogen is not there, if it is an ester, we can tell it as carbamate. If one oxygen is not there, we can tell it as carbamoyl. So here we have carbamate. No, instead of oxygen we have sulfur, means that is called as carbomothioate. This is called as carbamate. This is called as carbomothioate. So that here we have, that is called as carbomothioate. So what is the structure for tolnaftate? That is toluene. Toluene is the tol for toluene and naf for naphthalene and both are connected by means of 8. What is the 8 present here? That is called as carbamothioate. In that, the nitrogen is having methyl. So that is the structure for tall naphtate.